This video release is a big victory for transparency. Congratulations and thank you to to Speaker Johnson for releasing the information. Speaker Johnson, Mike Johnson, the new House Speaker, has finally begun the release of the January 6 videos. It's been almost, 2023? I guess almost 3 years since January 6, which the left has told us was the worst day in American history, worse as bad or equal to 9/11 and the attack on Pearl Harbor. And they didn't want to release the videos. Judicial Watch, as you know, or you may know, sued under the common law right of public access to government documents in federal court, the Capitol Hill Police, and we've been stonewalled for years on that, fighting the Pelosi House or the Pelosi Congress, and then the McCarthy Congress, who have stood like a stone wall in the courthouse against transparency here. Now, Mike Johnson, because he has separate authorities, is begun the release of the videos outright. And I don't know how much of the videos are being withheld or what the process is, because he's not doing it under the law. He's doing it at his discretion. We prefer he do it under law, but we're not going to complain in the sense that more transparency is always better. And I think we have a few of the videos up as because they were just released literally just before I came on and started doing this report. They're widely available on the internet. I don't have the website. We probably put it below. But you can figure it out, and you can now start looking at the January 6 videos yourself. And this is something the left didn't want you to see. So I'm sure there's going to be some interesting information in there that contradicts their narrative on January 6th and gives a full picture of what happened that day, which is much more complicated than what they would have you believe. As you know, the only homicide victim on January 6th officially was Ashley Babbitt, who was shot outrageously by Lieutenant Byrd, U.S. Capitol Police officer. Judicial Watch has done extensive investigations and will continue with some additional work on that issue. But we want the full truth about January 6th. So this video release is a big victory for transparency. Congratulations and thank you to to Speaker Johnson for releasing the information. And certainly the pressure from the American people. Judicial Watch, as you know, has also been putting a lot of pressure on Speaker Johnson and the House generally to release this information. So we're glad he's done it. Now, there's other material that can be released as well in his discretion, in my view, with respect to emails that the Capitol Hill Police Board had and disclosed to Judicial Watch. Not the emails themselves, but in hiding them from us, they had to describe them to the court. And they describe emails internally about the January 6th event as it was happening, the preparation for it, and the email traffic was not only within the Capitol Hill Police and its administrative board that oversees it, which is appointed in part by the Speaker, the President, and an appointee of the President and an appointee of the Senate Majority Leader, who at the time was Mitch McConnell, to be clear. So it was Pelosi and McConnell's board, practically speaking. And those emails show, or the documents show, those emails were sent to a member of Congress or two, and we don't know who they were. So what is the holdup on releasing that, in my view? So this is Judicial Watch's approach. We always want transparency. This is a remarkable step towards transparency by Speaker Johnson on these January 6 videos. But it's a necessary step. Is it going to be sufficient in the long run? I don't know. We'll see. But kudos, at least, and credit to you, dear voter and citizen, for pressuring Congress to release this, because it wouldn't have happened without your pushing it. And Speaker McCarthy had an opportunity to do exactly this type of disclosure, which is to kind of make it widely available. He did make it available to individual groups and citizen journalists and journalists to where they could go and look at the videos in the Capitol Hill complex or a Capitol Hill office building, I think. But that wasn't good enough, obviously. And then they stalled the release of the information, and Speaker Johnson promised, and he got it done. So, you know, you often hear me criticize politicians for breaking their word, breaking their promise, and being against transparency, but in this case, it was a good transparency move. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.